let's analyze the second video now. Now this second video is what actually I felt really emotional when I saw this, because it was painful to see him like that. And this is where I want to reveal you something else too. So let's watch in this video. First of all, there's a big doubt of why she's recording all this, right? First video to chodo ye video. In this video also focus and see how she tells that you're cute, handsome. She says the same thing. And मुझे क्या लगता है ना, वो जो कंगना का आपने देखा होगा, एक मैनिपुलेशन का ना एक मेथड होता है. So her method is love. She's using love, and she always emphasizes I love you, and like too much over प्यार दिखा के ना emphasize करके अंदर लेना. She knows, and that is what she's using as her weapon. Like every time कुछ भी हो, she's like saying the same kind of things, like just praising him all the time, like on the camera. Like you would never have seen, you might have seen so many videos of Ankita and him who were 7 years they had relation, but I don't think on camera you will not see them like talking like that. I mean, it's different that we are not seeing their personal videos, but still कैमरा के सामने इतना कोई सेम चीज़ नहीं रिपीट करता. और अगर आपने देखा होगा, जैसे कंगना वाज टेलिंग, यू नो, दैट्स फ्रेज ऑफ the black cat in the dark room. Remember that? Like find the black cat in the dark room. Basically, like, you know, when they are trying to take drugs or something, and they are using this phrase so that it sits in the mind, so that it is something that when you're trying to find a black cat in a dark room, you're not finding anything. So basically you feel like you're floating, hallucinating, whatever. I've never taken drugs, but I'm just like trying to analyze it, that is why they try to keep such phrase in their mind or repeat such things. Same thing, I feel like this is her manipulation words every time, like you're so cute, you're so handsome, you know, like her tone is like that. So let's watch this video.
You look very cute. You're very handsome.
See, same things. Same thing. It's like she's using the same phrases to kind of control him. She's using the same phrases, and as soon as she tells that, he kind of goes into this, you know, he kind of submits himself into her. Like, see, that's what he's doing here. He's getting emotional because as soon as she tells that, you become like, he's very emotional thinking about that. Oh, there's somebody who loves me so much, because nobody loves me. See, it is like when you have a drink. I never drink, so when I have even like 2 sips of wine or something, you become very emotional. You might cry, you might cry 1 second, you might like laugh 1 second, because you become emotional. If you have anything that's in your subconscious mind, then it comes to the surface. So you start thinking about that. So you will know what's going on, but you will still be thinking about those things. You are very emotional when you are under influence, right? Same thing has happening to him. So that is one thing that he might be reacting that way. Or another thing that he might be reacting that way, I'll tell you. This says it is February 2020. I think ये झूठा है, क्योंकि ये फरवरी का नहीं है. क्योंकि मैं आपको दिखाती हूँ, ये जो जहाँ पे वीडियो एक्चुअली लिया गया है, ये रिया के घर का वीडियो, रिया के घर में लिया गया. और रिया के घर में वो कब थे? I think after the Europe trip. After the Europe trip, before they moved into the house, I think he was staying here with them for a while, and then he was staying in that Waterstone resort or something for a while. So I think this is when he probably had dengue. That is, again, if we trust her, that he did have dengue. किसी को पता नहीं है did he have dengue or not. But if you trust that actually उसको डेंगू था, तो फिर उस टाइम का हो सकता है. Maybe that is why he is looking this weak, and maybe it is not even just the drugs. It's also that he's also become weak because of being sick, right? And he's staying in their house. And अगर वो बात भी है, तो then ये सवाल भी उठता है कि if he was in that condition, what was their parents doing, right? Why didn't they think like he was in a bad condition then? So all these things come up. So basically वो जब भी कुछ रिलीज करते हैं उनका उल्टा ही पड़ता है. तो मुझे नहीं लगता है फरवरी का है, बट यू नो हु नोस. That is something only CBI can verify. So, and also there's one thing that we watch in everything is that इन दोनों वीडियो में कि उसका जो लेफ्ट गाल देखो, लेफ्ट गाल में
Show me.
is very darker. Now he's going to remove his hand. Even in the other video you see it very clearly. See this face here is very dark.
No.
It's like bruised kind of.
The
This side
morning
नहीं है,
ones.
this side है,
When
which
you
is
need,
very
I'll get you
strange.
after.
In दोनों वीडियो में if you see his face, see this, it looks like bruised, kind of that greenish, you know, and here also it looks like greenish. Yeah, previously मैं सोच रही थी वो बियर्ड का दिख रहा है, बट बियर्ड का नहीं है. I saw very carefully, then यहाँ पूरा लग रहा है. So we don't know, like even if like they were drugging him, and someone who is not used to certain kind of drugs or anything, अगर उसको कुछ reaction हो रहा होगा, वो uncontrollable हो रहा होगा, right? Because if you remember, पिटानिया also used to say कि नहीं वो कंट्रोल में नहीं रहते थे, ये तो क्या रिया है जो उनको कंट्रोल कर सकती थी. ये जो बोल रहा है ना, उससे मुझे लग रहा है कि हो सकता है कि इसको यहाँ लाइक असॉल्ट भी किया हो. यू डोंट नो, बिकॉज व्हेन ही इज इन दैट काइंड ऑफ कंडीशन, लाइक व्हेन दे टेक हिम इन टू दैट kind of condition where he is wanting drug, because you become a drug addict, then you will want, right? So when you're not getting it at that moment, जो एक period होता है, तब you might be, it might be hard to control you. So उस period में अगर वो उसके साथ कुछ किए होंगे, या if they're like hitting him, slapping him, whatever to calm him down, right? उसको भी याद नहीं होगा, उसको भी शायद वो याद नहीं होगा, बिकॉज वो सोच रहा होगा कि ये मुझे कंट्रोल करने के लिए, ये मुझे संभालने के लिए कर रहे हैं. बट दैट कैन लीव सम मार्क्स. तो वो भी हो सकता है, यू डोंट नो. एंड ही माइट नॉट बी सेइंग दैट बिकॉज इन हिज माइंड ऑल्सो ही माइट बी थिंकिंग दैट जस्ट हेल्पिंग हिम, और he might be in so much of influence at that moment that he doesn't know what they're doing. So anything is possible. It's exactly goes with the narration that Kangana was talking about, that kind of situations that happen around that time when you are in the influence, when you are taking those kind of things, right? So that is kind of my analysis on these two videos. I will do the analysis on the third video also. But really it is so sad to see this, but also to see that how much he was fighting. Like internally his mind was fighting it, but I don't think he knew that they were like drugging him. And if you were drugging somebody unknowingly, right, for some time, and then you start feeling like depressed, and then you start hallucinating or whatever, and then you start telling your girlfriend that, you know what, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that, because he's trusting her. And then she tells, oh, you know what, you might have this problem, you might have that problem, let's take you to the doctor. At the same time, don't forget that at the same time she's already spreading it to Bollywood, because the news had already gone to Bollywood. The day he died, everybody knew he's in depression. So that means before that itself, for months they knew something was wrong. So, and how did they know? They can only know from her. She was the contact with him. So she had already like kind of staged it in that way, that by the time something happens, by the time he dies from some overdose, like people will know that he was a druggie, right? But it just didn't happen like that, because by the time that June happened, Disha died, a lot of things like just went, you know, everywhere, and that's why probably they had to kill him early. But otherwise maybe their plan was like that. That is why in earlier videos you see her telling that, oh नहीं हम लोग गोवा जाएंगे कुछ टाइम, वहाँ देखेंगे. She's trying to force her thing on him that we'll go to Goa, not like somewhere else, but गोवा में देखेंगे पहले 2 महीना कैसा रहेगा, and then you can decide. She's telling. Why is she telling? Means she planned in her head, इसका तो वैसे भी पैसा ख़त्म कर दिया हमने, तो नेक्स्ट अभी गोवा ले जाऊंगी, तो गोवा में वैसे भी ड्रगी बना दूंगी, तो वहाँ कोई कहीं ओवरडोज होके मर जाएगा. So it's okay. Like she didn't care. So I think personally, I know I'm talking, blaming so much on her, but I am also at a point now that I don't mind saying that she was, even if not directly, she was indirectly, obviously linked to this murder. Obviously, she also knew that he's going to die, and I believe that now, just because of so much, all the proofs that have come out. Otherwise I will never talk about somebody like that. For a few months, actually, for almost 2 months I was giving benefit of doubt to her at every step, thinking that okay, she may not know this or she may not know that and all that. It's only that recently I started believing that she was actually planted in his life. I started believing that only recently, and that's when I've really started going against her. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. You guys tell me what you think of it, and let's all pray for his soul to rest in peace. So let's hope that CBI does their job good. So far that it's going good. Bye, guys.